Alright, hello and welcome back to another stream. Welcome, and today we are doing another ranking stream and we are ranking the rank 8 planes of every tech tree. Not just the top tier ones, but everything that's rank 8. That's why we have so many planes in this tier list here. And we're ranking them from S to F tier. Yes, this down here is an F. It's just in whatever this font is called, Wingdings. Whatever. And yeah, I'm not sure what plane to start with. I think in the past we've always done like one S tier, one F tier tank, a plane, because you know that makes it easier to rank everything else in between it. F-16C S tier. It probably is an S tier plane. Honestly, yeah, I mean, let's just start with the F-16C. You're right. I think that's a good start. Give me a second. Alright, where's my F-16? Oh my god, I have to find it. Way too many F-16s in here. That's the Block 50. What? Where is that coming from? Okay. F-16C Block 50 Fighting Falcon. Honestly, yeah, you're right with an S tier. I believe it is a very, very good plane. Obviously, it's not as turny as the early F-16s. It loses some of that ability. But AIM-9Ms are really nice. And the HMD is really nice. And overall, it's just one of the best planes in the game. So, easy S tier. You don't really have to think about it. And next up, we go for, I would say, an F tier. What's a really bad plane at top tier or at high tiers that you can think of? I personally have to probably think of the German Tornado. Wait, or the Italian one. The Italian one is basically the same, right? Where is the Italian one? Let's put the Italian one first here. Italian Tornado. The Tornado IDS, you know, because it's a ground attack plane. It doesn't have a lot of air-to-air ordnance. You get like, what, 2 8-Ls? Like 56 countermeasures. And you don't turn. This thing is a break. Tornadoes are bad but fun. Yeah, I agree. The ADV Tornado is bad but fun. But the Tornado IDS is just bad. There's no way around that. The only kind of okay strike aircraft Tornado, in my opinion, is the GR1, but we get to that later. Hey, good boy, B tier. No, why would you put the Tornado IDS at B tier? Also, hey, welcome everybody else. C tier and ARB. What do you mean C? It's 11-3. Okay, so it faces top tier. It has 2 9Ls. And it doesn't turn. I mean, the Curtiss 2000 at least has these, you know, 6 Pythons compared to a Tornado. The Curtiss 2000 turns better than the Tornado, has more missiles, like, it's not even a competition. It's still ridiculously better than the IDS. I would put the Tornado IDS straight down at F tier. There are way better options, even for ground pounding. I mean, you get those rings out, it's a-okay. No, even with rings out, the Tornado doesn't turn. It has amazing energy retention. You can go circles all day, but those circles will be very big. You know, it doesn't like turning that much. Okay, now that we have defined an S tier and an F tier, we can go on with anything else. We can pick by random if you want. I think the best thing is if we get those down here out first, because they kind of get blocked by chat. So let's just start here in the upper left. the Italian F-16A Block 15. It's an F-16. It's an early F-16, so it turns really well. You get AIM-9Ls, which are, you know, not the best missiles anymore now that we have AIM-9Ms and R-73s, etc. But you will win every dogfight. There is nothing that can out-dogfight you. So how much of a trade-off is that? Also, you don't get the HMD that the F-16C has. A tier? I think I agree with A tier. It's gonna get AIM-9Ms and AIM-120s. I'm not sure if it's gonna get AIM-9Ms, but yeah, I believe the Italians mounted AIM-120s to their F-16 Block 15. I personally don't like F-16s, so I'm a bit biased, but I think A tier is a good fit. Because it's bad and it's Italian. Why do you hate Italians, man? Look, we put it A tier. Bottom of A tier. I wouldn't even put it at bottom of A tier. The F-16 easily out dogfights everything, including MiG-29s. It's the worst F-16A to grind. I guess, yeah. Alright. Let's go for the next thing down here. Mirage 2000D. The strike aircraft version of the Mirage 2000. It sits 0.7 BR below the 2000-5F. But it also has kind of worse flight performance, and you don't have an internal gun you have to carry around the gun port. But it's still a 2000 at 11.3. You still get 2 magic missiles, and, you know, the honestly kind of good flight performance of a Mirage 2000. B or C. Like, buddy, I'm not doing 1k games in the TAF. No, the F104S TAF, I wouldn't do 1000 games there. B tier. I also think the 2000D is a B tier. It gets kind of some plus points because it's 11.3, so it's one of the better dogfighters at 11.3, even with the gun port. And you get a bunch of countermeasures. Let's put it at B tier. Damn it, good boy. What do you want, Half? What's the problem? Alright. Next plane down here. F-14B. I'd say it's C, to be honest. I wouldn't say the 2000D is C tier. It still turns very well. Like, better than every other 11.3 that I can think of. F-14B, Tom. Oh, you needed to study, Half. Goddamn. I mean, you can just leave the stream open while you study. Alright, F-14B. I'm personally not a big fan of F-14s. The F-18 is really what I like more, but we don't have that in game. Only plane with active radar homing missiles. It's true, but Phoenixes are not that strong anymore. Nowadays, everybody knows how to evade them. You get a ton of bombs, you get a lot of countermeasures. I wouldn't say great turning, it's good turning. But I'm not particularly scared of F-14Bs when it comes to dogfights. I'm personally more of an A tier person here. Like, if I put up an F-16 and the F-14B 1 versus 1, the F-16 will easily win. And like, most of the time the Phoenixes won't get you a lot of kills. I think A is a pretty fair rating. Cut afterburner. Yeah, I know how to fly. But the F-16 just pulls better, and we already put it at A tier. I wouldn't rate the F-14B over an F-16 over any F-16. Okay, since we're undecided, there's always one plane that we're undecided on. Okay, let's put it here. We put it on the side for now and we decide later once we've ranked more stuff. Let's just get to the next one. The JA-37D Viggen. Oh yeah, the Italian F-16A has really nice camos. So the D Viggen, I think now that the BR is lower, like it was 11.3, 11.7, now it's 11.3, so that makes it a bit better, I still don't like it that much because it has terrible energy retention and acceleration. I think the 2000D is superior to the D Viggen. Like, sure, you get 9Ls and you get Sky Flashes, but Sky Flashes really suck. Like, honestly suck nowadays. And 9Ls are, you know, they're okay. The Magic 2, on the other hand, on the Marshall 1000, you know, sucks in range, but at least it has IRCCM. But the nose authority, yeah, but like, you have that nose authority for one turn, and then you just fall out of the sky against any enemy because you don't have any energy retention. And don't forget, the D Viggen, or generally any Viggen, doesn't fly with any sort of airframe damage. Like, you get one bullet to anywhere in the airframe and you will be slow. For some reason, the drag is insane once you get the single smallest amount of damage. And I don't know why, it just feels so weird. I would personally put it at C tier. I think the C Viggen is better because the C Viggen doesn't see top tier anymore. So the C Viggen is just way more competitive in its, you know, in its BR range, but it's not in here because it's not rank 8. Yeah, the C Viggen is just better. I agree with you, Lopert. That's why I have a talisman on my C Viggen. Easy. Okay, now that we've cleared up the space down here, we are free to choose whatever yes, my English died. We are free to choose whatever we want. Gripen will be better if we get it. I guess, yeah. I think it will be an A tier plane, the Gripen. Depending on how they implement it, of course. It still doesn't have that amazing thrust to weight ratio, like, it has less thrust to weight than the F-16. But it will be turning really good. Okay, so people want me to rank the MiG-29G. Where is it? Is it that one? It is. MiG-29G. Easy S tier. A120s, 9Ms. Yeah, I mean, the Gripen can carry even more modern weaponry, but you know, we don't have that yet. And other nations will get it too. I think the MiG-29 is an easy S tier. The G, especially the G version, you know, it's as lightweight as the 912 models, because it is a 912 model. So it doesn't have that extra weight that the SMT does, but it has the same weaponry, which just makes it overall better. I think the only upside of the SMT over the MiG-29G is just a better radar warning receiver. So definitely an S tier for me. All 29s go in S. I can't really agree. No. The F-16, like, look at here, look at this. This thing gets R60Ms. They are not that amazing. And the F-16 is still a better dogfighter than the MiG-29. Like, I personally would put all the other MiG-29s at A tier. Maybe the SMT at S tier too, but it would be a hard sell for me because the flight performance is so much crippled compared to earlier MiG-29s. Okay, yeah, the SMT did get the extra flares. You're right, Loadwood. I agree with you. Eurofighter over Rafale over Gripen. I 100% agree with you. It's just... Okay, you know, if we're already at it, where is the SMT? Is it the SMT? It is. Right, no, wait, 913 was not the SMT, right? Brother, I'm tripping. Is that the SMT? It is, right? Oh my god, I'm checking in-game right now. Because I'm so confused. No, 919. Where's my 919? I'm not seeing it. Oh. You know what? You know why I couldn't find it? Because it's the one with the Russian flag instead of the Soviet flag. And I was, you know, I was looking for a red flag. Alright, 919. Here we are. No, I didn't forget the SMT. Yeah, it's... I'm not a huge fan of it compared to the MiG-29G because the G is just better. Okay? You know, we have to say that. The G is just the better aircraft. But at least you get more countermeasures now and you get a better radar warning and... I guess you can carry more fuel. I don't know if that's helpful to you. It still has R-73s, which are amazing missiles. And I really like R-27 ETs, because the standard R-27Ts suck. I don't know, man. Let's just put it S tier. I think the R-73s save this plane. Because as soon as you get behind someone, you can just launch and they will die. There's not a lot they can do. Alright, next MiG-29. Oh yeah, it also gets an upgraded radar. I honestly don't care that much about the radar of the MiG-29, but yeah, you're right. Alright. MiG-29 9-13. For me, the same as the other early MiG-29 variant. It's an A tier. Easy as that. They're basically identical. I think the 912 is a tiny bit lighter, but doesn't really matter. Alright, next up. I think that's all MiG-29s, right? Yeah, we're out of MiG-29s. Good. I was scared that we would have more. So what do we take? Next up. Let's pick something in the mid-range. What I believe could go in the mid-range. What about the Tornado ADV? You get an awful airframe that doesn't turn, but at least you get 8 missiles and a bunch of countermeasures and a really good radar. Like really good radar. Like better than F-16 type of radar. B tier? I think at 11.3 it's kind of alright, you know. B tier right of the Mirage 2000. Yeah. I'd still, you know, if I was in a Tornado, I would still be scared of a Mirage 2000 even if it was a D model. But it's, you know, it's still competitive at 11.3. Like the Tornado ADV at 11.3 is like not suffering. Skyflash Super Temps are okay-ish I guess, at like 15 kilometers. I wouldn't use them at higher ranges, to be honest. High C, low B. Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption here. I think it's definitely better than the D-Viggen, just because it has that engine power. The D-Viggen, the problem with the D-Viggen is just you get into one fight, or you turn once, and you're out of energy and a sitting duck. Please swap around the ADF and the early MiG-29s. What do you mean swap around? Left side is best, right side is worst of the tier. But I think the F-16 easily beats the early MiG-29s. Like, I'm pretty sure for two equally good players, the F-16 pilot, in a 1v1, the F-16 pilot would win every game. Why do you think the early MiG-29s are better in ARB? I mean, okay, you get the 27 ERs, I give you that. But that's about it. R60Ms suck really hard. Hit name staying low to the ground. I mean, sometimes you can't just stay low to the ground. Sometimes you just dogfighting someone, or you're flying away and they give you a rear aspect R27ER. And the missile's really good, I give you that, but I still think the F-16 is a better plane. I can reliably get kills with the R60Ms. That's just luck based. You just have to hope that the enemy doesn't see your missile. You know, you just have to hope that the enemy sucks. Which is a lot to ask for, in my opinion. Alright, let's go on to the next one. What do we rank next? You just need 4 missiles for it to be reliable. Next up. What about the J8F? Interesting plane. It's like a J8B, but better. So you get like, what, 6 Pythons and an HMD on a kind of mid-air frame. That's the problem. B max, I would also rate it a max of B. I would probably not even rate it B. It's a higher better rating than the 2000D or the Tornado ADV. It's a MiG-21 bis with Pythons. I wouldn't say that exactly, but it plays the same, yeah. It's a higher better rating MiG-21 bis with Pythons and HMD. But I wouldn't put it at A tier. I can't put it at A tier when I see what else is at A tier. Like, the F-16 and the MiG-29 are in a league of its own, way above the J8. It gets PL-12A in the future and the radar is pretty cracked. It might get PL-12As in the future. Gaijin usually likes to just release a new plane and give that new weaponry. I mean, look at the Mirage 2000 situation. We got the 2000C, and now we have the 2000-5F. In air-to-air combat, they're both the same. And I bet you, when we get Mika missiles for the French, only the 2000-5F will get the Mika missiles, even though the C should be able to carry them. You know what I mean? There's a high likelihood that Gaijin will just find some other J8 variant and put PL-12s on that. I wouldn't trust Gaijin. Like, not at all. And I think, flight performance-wise, It's way worse than any of the current A tiers that we have in A tier. It's even worse than the 2000D. I would say it's a B tier. Even with the Pythons. Pythons have the downside, they're not really that resistant to flares. Yeah, we shouldn't go by what the planes will have in the future, because yeah, F-16s with AIM-120s and AIM-9Ms, the 2000 would get Mika missiles, and you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff that we would open Pandora's box space basically. I think in the current meta and how it plays, you will see top tier every game. There's basically no way you get down tiered from 11.7, and that really limits your ability here. I think it's a B tier. Alright, and just because somebody asked about it, F-16D Block 40 Barak 2. What do you guys think? I personally would still put it at S tier. Simply because it still gets AIM-9Ms. No? Oh, F-14B gotta go C tier just because of the radar. Greenlandic, you just hate the F-14 or what? Right at the start. I don't think we should rank within one tier. Because I can't comfortably say that, like, I don't know, the F-16 is better than the MiG-29 in all cases, or like the MiG-29 is better than the F-16 in all cases. It's so bad. It has the range. That's all that you need, really. We're still undecided on the F-14 Greenlandic. Let's just do the F-16D right now. So welcome. I'd say we should put it S tier. It still gets AIM-9Ms. It's basically like the F-16C, but a bit worse in flight performance because, you know, it's a twin-seater. So it's a bit longer, I guess. F-16D A tier. Why would you put it A tier? Between A and A. Okay. Is there a reason for this? F-16C with more flares, S tier 100%. Yeah, oh yeah, it also gets more flares. It has a tiny bit worse flight performance than the F-16C, but it gets AIM-9Ms. Alright. Low S then. Yeah, let's put it at low S, the F-16D. Okay, since people are already talking about it, Yak 141. In A tier, low top speed, but it gets there fast as hell. Yeah, the acceleration is really nice. And you get R27 ERs. I don't know if you get the ETs too. Let me check. Oh yeah, you do get the ETs too. So you get ERs and ETs, although you can only carry 2 of the longer range one and 2 of the shorter range one. No, it gets ETs for the inner pylons, where the ER would sit. It doesn't have R73s, that's true. I think it's an A tier. And somewhat unique in being basically the highest BR VTOL aircraft. Yeah, I personally would probably bring like 2 R27 ERs and 2 R27Ts. Alright. What about the Italian Harrier? Well, it's 11.7, which I do say is a downside. I would probably not put it S tier, and probably not at A tier. You're terrible at dogfighting. B tier, maybe for the ground strike capabilities, but other planes are better at this. Like, I hate to bring it up again, but the 2000D has very good ground strike capabilities and is much better in air-to-air combat too. It's pretty decent in dogfight, only for the first turn. After the first turn you're slow and you don't regain that speed. C tier then. Yeah, I would also put it at C tier. Especially since, you know, it's subsonic. If somebody just doesn't want to fight you, he just flies away. Which is really annoying. It happens a lot to me. The finger. The finger is an F. We talked about earlier here. It's just a very weird font, but actually it's an F. We can also make it a factory. But no, currently it's a finger. Bottom of B tier? Well, the bottom of B tier is C tier. Easy. Not every plane has to be amazing. People don't expect it to turn. Yeah, that's true. But it also only turns for 1 turn. So if you don't get the kill during that 1 turn, you're kinda dead. Nets. Okay, somebody said nets. Where's my nets? There it is. F-16A Block 10 nets. I like it. The lack of radar missiles is sometimes annoying because, you know, radar missiles are pretty easy kills in my opinion. And for some reason, it's a higher battle rating than the other early F-16s. Like, all of them are 12.0. The Nets is 12.3. I know it gets Pythons. And Pythons are nice, but like, not nice enough to warrant a 12.3 in my opinion. But that's just an issue with Gaijin's compression of battle ratings. I see A tier will be very full today with all these. I want to put the F-14B at A tier too. Yeah, A tier will be very full today with all these F-16 variants here. We should make the picture smaller. We have to shrink it. Shrinkflation. Pythons are flare hungry though. They are sometimes, yeah. Didn't use the speed argument on the Yak 141 because the Yak 141 can go supersonic. The Harrier is literally a subsonic at top tier. And it's only 0.3 BR below the Yak 141. The 141 doesn't have amazing top speed, but it can still go supersonic at least. Alright. And yeah, the Yak can go, you know, can just accelerate very, very quickly. Let's take a look at another Chinese thing. We only have the J8F so far. What do you guys think of the new JH7A Flying Leopard 2? Uh-huh. I didn't know it was called Leopard 2. I don't really like the missiles on that thing. Like, sure, you get 4 missiles, 2 Pythons, 2 PL5Cs, but like, none of them have IRCCM capabilities. C tier? Oof, why C tier? Don't forget, it's 11.3. C tier, okay, you guys don't seem to like the JH7. Top of B or bottom of A. If you don't know how to use it, it's your fault. Hey, I mean, Jaco Proita, we can disagree, that's fine. Not good at air-to-air. I guess it's... I mean, it's not too bad. It can somewhat turn. I think it has the same issue that it doesn't have great... what's it called? Great energy retention, but it can somewhat turn. Not 80 because only has 4 guided bombs. I also like playing it. I had a test drive. No, I still have the test drive, and I've been enjoying it so far, especially since it's, you know, only 11.3. The 4 laser guided bombs are, you know, not too amazing for Grounder B, but like, there are 4 pretty big bombs. You can get 4 easy kills. And at least, unlike the Harrier, it has the acceleration, so it can just climb in Grounder B to actually drop those bombs off. You know, climb above SPAs. The Harrier just takes forever to climb. It's so slow, it's frustrating to play. I would also put it at B tier. I can kind of agree with Greenlandic. Although, yeah, I guess it like kind of looks like a Jaguar, that's true. But it has those nice missiles. I mean, Hierophants are not bad, okay, and PL5Cs are also not bad. Let's put it B tier. The Harrier has acceleration though, except at high speeds. Well, the Yak 141 also has acceleration. And the JH7 also has acceleration. Has pretty good engines in my opinion. Okay. Next one. The FOE Kurnus 2000. In Gravity, you can't tell me that thing is better than the AV8B Plus, man. You're just bullying it, right? No, I'm not bullying it, okay? Sure, the JH7 only gets 4 laser-guided bombs. But you rarely ever have the time to use more than 4. Completely uncontested high up. Either the game will end before you drop more, or somebody will try to get you with a plane. I'm not bullying the Harrier, I like the Harrier, I just dislike the fact that it takes forever to climb above SPAs, which is something you have to do if you want to use laser guided bombs. B tier, much better than Raider, much better than the F4J. I guess it's better than the F4J, yeah. And you get Pythons, but you don't get radar missiles. No AGMs is a big minus. Yeah, that is a big minus, that's true. But then, if you look at the 2000D at B tier, it has AGMs. Alright, F4E Curtis 2000. You think it's a B tier? It's still a Phantom airframe. So not too amazing for dogfighting, but I guess it's alright. Does it get Agile Eagle? I don't think it gets Agile Eagle, no. Also, no, they removed the AIM-7s on the Curtis 2000 Greenlandic. It only carries Pythons or AIM-9Ls or AIM-9Gs now. So you're stuck with 6 Pythons. Think about it this way, Nets gets 6 Pythons and... Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Nets gets the same amount of Pythons. And is A tier. And a much better airframe. I'm still debated between C and B tier because it is still a Phantom airframe, but you're also only 11.3. So you can face down tiers, I guess, to 10.3 where there's, you know, all these F5s. But you're kind of decent for ground striking. You have good laser guided bombs, you have Mavericks, you have the thermal Mavericks too. So I think I'll put it at... I'm not sure. It's good in ground striking. Okay, let's just put it at B tier. You got killed by the normal Kern-S. Oh yeah, the normal Kern-S still has AIM-7s. Let's still put it at B tier. It's not bad at, you know, striking ground targets. Although I'll probably pick the Barak over the Curtis 2000. But the Barak is also higher rating here, so that's fine. Alright, next up, Tornado F3. Basically a carbon copy of the ADV. Or maybe the ADV is a carbon copy of the F3. So let's just put it at B tier 2. Easy. Let's keep going with British airplanes while we're at it. Tornado GR1. It's better than the IDS because you have PGM bombs. I really like PGM bombs. They are amazing if SPAs don't pay attention. You know, if an SPA pays attention, they can easily shoot them down. But you can launch them from so far away, like way out of range, if the map allows you to. But you're still a Tornado with, you know, shitty flight performance. Greenlandic. Just stay here. Easy. Easy peasy. Okay, let's just... I would put it at C tier. The PGM bombs are a big upgrade over... Or maybe D tier? It's still a sucky airframe. D tier? It gets much nicer air-to-ground ordnance than the other Tornado IDS. But yeah, it's still an awful airframe. Okay, you're right. I think D tier is okay. Where are we at it? We can rank the German Tornado IDS, and it's just another F tier. Same as the Tornado IDS in Italy. Basically the same. You know what? While we are doing this, let's just finish off all the F-16s. F-16A Block 20 MLU, another A tier F-16. Japanese one is another A tier F-16. And the ADF is another A tier F-16. By looks, it's an S tier though. Oh, yeah, the Tornadoes are looking very nice. Japanese AJ to S tier. Why? Why the AJ to S tier? Because it's the best dogfighting F-16? I guess you could put, yeah, I guess. AJ is S. Alright, yeah. I guess we can put it A tier and S tier. It's the F-16A with 9Ls and AIM-7s. Yeah, I guess. It's a Block 10. By the way, what about the Block 10? I was about to pull it up. You know, it's basically the same as the AJ in terms of flight performance, just with no AIM-7s. Alright, Greenlandic, see you then. You would still put it A tier? Okay, let's put it A tier. What about the British Harrier? The Harrier GR7. Any opinions? You're basically like the Aviate B plus, but you get more countermeasures but no radar. Otherwise, you're essentially the same. Oh yeah, it has a worse gun, that's true. The gun of the what's it called? The gun of the Aviate B is a lot better. Hey, Defender, I'm just here for the milestone. Thank you. Thank you for being a member. Slightly worse loadout? I mean, I just looked at it. What is worse about the Harrier GR7 loadout? I guess you can carry less laser guided bombs. Let's go Harrier GR7 to D tier. Although you get AIM-9Ms. You get AIM-9Ms. Maybe that warrants a C tier? C is fine. I think C is, yeah, okay. Yeah, let's put it C tier then. Now, the glorious F-14A Tomcat early. Where do we put it? D tier? I guess. Didn't they heavily nerf the radar warning receiver on the F-14A? And it still only has AIM and H missiles, right? But it's still an F-14. So I think B tier is... Yeah, B tier is fair. You know what? We have to make the pictures in B tier smaller too. Every plane in A is just better. Yeah, I guess that's very much true. Alright. What do we take? Let's go EJ Kai. Oops, I turned it. F4 EJK, you get aim 9 Ls, aim 7 Ms or Fs. I think you get the F version, but it doesn't matter. Honestly, they are the same. Yeah, you get the F version, okay. B tier? I think it's another B tier, yeah. Get an okayish radar. Get a bunch of aim 7s. And aim 9 Ls. No, not they aim 7 Fs, not Ms. But functionally the same. I know, Loudward. Alright, Mirage 2000. You know what? No. Let's rank the 2000-5F first. I might be biased because it's one of my favorite planes. And it recently got more flares, so it has a bunch of flares now. It recently got the HMD. The 530Ds got buffed, and they at some ranges they outspeed aim 7s. And you still have, in my opinion, amazing flight performance, a really good radar. Magic 2s are kind of flare resistant. Not as much as R73s or 9Ms, but good enough. A or S tier. Like, I personally would want to put it at S tier. I personally would really want to put the 2000-5F at S tier. Because it's a really good cast plane and also a really good air-to-air combat plane, and it can basically do both at the same time even. And the 530D is surprisingly fast nowadays. I don't know if you guys played this plane a lot since like the last patch or the one before, but it leads less, so it stays up in higher air and burns less speed turning. So it's just faster. It just feels a lot faster. And it's probably second best cast plane. Yeah, I think it's one of the best cast planes. Should I grant France? I personally did, and I'm not regretting it. Let's put it S tier. The 2000C doesn't have that HMD, doesn't get the 4x magic loadout, and has less flares, I think. Let me check, so I don't tell lies. Yeah, it has less flares. So what about an A tier? I think it was perfectly capable when we still, when it was still fighting MiG-29s and F-16s. Like, you can beat MiG-29s in a dogfight, you won't beat F-16s, so it falls right in the middle. And you still get, what you still get over early F-16s is an IRCCM capable IR missile. So for me, it's straight up an A tier. And this, my friends, is the list. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I don't think there are too many things that I would change. Obviously, we can always disagree with certain planes if you really like them or dislike others and move stuff up and, up and down or whatever. But I think this is great to, just rank the planes against each other. Isn't the JA-37 better than the F4? No. No. You get way worse missiles. Like, way worse radar missiles. You also get less of them. And you don't have energy retention, which makes you a sitting duck. After doing one turn, you're kind of stuck. So, no, I don't think the JA-37 is better than the F4. Add one more wildcard plane. Okay, what's the wildcard plane? Can I just pick? Can I just pick? Any wildcard plane? Probably one of my favorite lower tier planes. I can pick, okay. Probably one of my favorite lower tier planes. You should definitely give it a try if you ever can. And of course, I am very obviously talking about the glorious RE 2005 Series 0. You wanted a wild card. Here's the wild card, Loudward. S tier? Yeah, it turns better than all of these other planes, right? It's overbeard, honestly. I just like the 2005 Series 0. It's so fun to play. It just shreds. The cannons are amazing. It turns amazing. The climb rate is okay. I think it just shreds. It's the biggest S tier winner up here. Yeah, I put it above the... I put it on the S tier. It is the S tier. It is the S. So all these planes try to be equal to the RE 2005. Alright. Thank you all for stopping by today. That was an amazing stream. I really enjoyed it. I will probably spend the entire night editing all of this into a video again. So, you know, be ready for a video to drop tomorrow if I don't fall asleep on my desk. And until then, have a great evening, everybody. I won't be streaming tomorrow and probably also not Friday. I'm not sure if I stream on the weekends either. So, if everything fails, we will see each other again on Monday. Until then, good night. Also, Green Landing. No, I have to do some other stuff right now. Sorry. And yes, I am thinking about the Lightings tier list. Just to make Italy great again.